Ramble.
Thank you to Armchair expert Fitbod and ButcherBox for sponsoring today's episode. We live our life a quarter mile at a time. That's right, motherfuckers. It's time for Guilty Pleasures.
Wow.
We saw F9, the Fast Saga, and we're ready to talk about it.
Goddamn
What's
right.
up, familia?
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah,
Familia.
Yeah, we are.
If you're here, your family. Oh, wait, that's Olive Garden. When you're
That is
here,
Olive
your
Garden.
family.
It is. Whoa! If they had a Fast and Furious themed Olive Garden, I would lose my fucking mind. Yo, and the little breadsticks are cars.
You could do a drive-in Olive Garden.
Oh, and instead of olive oil, they say, "Would you like some motor oil for your bread, sir?" And then you go,
my
"Yeah."
Yeah.
And then when they pour it, they go, "Vroom, vroom, vroom,
Oh
vroom, vroom."
man!
And then they turn the lights
on. The menu
on.
is Coronas.
Oh, and when they turn the lights on, all the silverware sticks to the ceiling.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a call out. If you
shit.
saw the 9th one, to all us, our fast heads out
nobody
there.
steal that from us. We
No.
own that idea.
We trademarked
that
it just
IP
now.
is ours.
Guys, I can't believe we're back for a third episode talking about Fast and Furious.
we have,
Yeah.
it's like 1 out of every 4 episodes of this podcast
Yeah.
is about Fast
Yeah.
and Furious. That's the Guilty Pleasures promise.
But honestly, like it's so good that even if you don't care about the franchise, which
How dare you?
yeah, we don't want to talk to you.
How dare you?
Or you
It doesn't
haven't
make any
seen
sense.
it yet. This movie is so exactly what they promised in
Yeah.
terms of just
It's exact.
insanity.
It's almost like Universal planned the pandemic and was just like, oh, this is gonna be such a good rollout for Fast 9.
So
Because
you think that COVID-19 was planned by Universal
was planned
Studios?
by Universal.
We got that on
Yes,
record.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Vin Diesel is a professional, and he
Yes.
plans every last bit of the film rollout.
But he was also
Yes.
responsible for the vaccine. Created it and
Yes.
destroyed it. Got
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Guys, this is an exciting day because we're talking about Fast and Furious, but also Kelsey and I are reunited in person.
Oh my
and
God.
We're beaming in Garrick
Yep.
from Hotlanta.
Our celebrity.
It's very hot.
It is very hot down there, I'm sure. And he's also drinking out of a tiny martini cup that is so fancy. He's changed.
Shaped like a bell, pretty much.
But yeah, this is exciting for me too because this is the first time I'm seeing the Tri Boys office.
Oh, yeah, welcome.
I like it.
Welcome.
The couch is comfy. We also have 2 dogs in here. We just have to say that in case things get crazy.
It's
There's
a hell
2
of
dogs.
a day. That's a little foreshadowing for you. When
Yeah.
we get excited, they're going to get excited.
Where there might be some barking.
Well, guys,
What?
let's talk about it.
Okay, you want me to give a synopsis?
F9. Yeah, so just a little before the
Yeah.
synopsis.
Okay.
Garrick and I actually saw this film about a month ago.
You went to a celebrity
Yeah, we did.
premiere.
It almost feels like a weird fever dream because we saw this movie and I had no one to talk to
No.
about it for a month.
Yeah.
But now it is out in
Yeah.
the world. Kelsey, you
Yes.
you just saw it.
I saw it this fucking morning. I had to drive all the way down to Crenshaw because that was the only movie theater in Los Angeles that plays movies before 3 p.m. apparently.
What time did you see the movie?
10:45 a.m.
Oh, that's a furious
Wow.
start to your day.
I had nachos at 10:45 a.m. And
I mean,
sat-
that was a choice.
I mean,
you made that decision.
I made that decision, but you know what? I raced down there, no pun intended.
Hey.
And I was like, oh God, I'm going to be so late. And then I was 10 minutes late and then sat for another 30 minutes of previews and ads.
The movies are back, baby.
And then there was something to be said. This is not part of the movie
50
Guilty or
miles?
Pleasure. This is just a guilt in terms of fucking going back to normal with the movies. People forgot how to act in a movie
Yeah.
theater because when I tell you this movie theater at 10:45 a.m. in Crenshaw was full
no.
Full.
That's amazing.
on
Yeah.
a Thursday
Love that.
morning.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
for you.
We had people on their phones.
Boo.
We had people
Beautiful.
having full-on conversations
No, no,
like
no.
like
Amazing.
no one else existed. We had people standing up in the middle of the aisles, just standing, and
Someone
we were
was
like,
taking a
Yeah, but-
shower.
"What were we like?"
Listen,
It was
if you're going down to the Magic Johnson Theater, which is where I'm assuming you went,
probably.
that's what you got to expect, my guy.
I
It
don't
is a beautiful movie watching experience. I went and I saw Get Out there.
Oh.
I saw Get Out there, and it's the best. Truly, I saw Get Out there. One of the most fun times I've had in a movie theater, and I saw the first Avengers there. And this is my fun story that I usually tell. We saw the Avengers, right? And we're in the aisle in the front where there's a big
The
gap
bar.
before
Yeah.
the next set of aisles, right? On the line where he's just like, "That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. The entire row stood up and started running back and forth in that little aisle because we were so hyped. Like, oh shit. Yo,
There's so much space there. You just reminded me when you were saying that a guy took his shirt off and hung it over his shoulder for the entirety of the film.
You had, that's the experience I wanted, Kelsey.
I had the best time ever. And again, like, I don't know if it had, maybe it had something to do with the location, but it 100% had to do with the fact that people are back in movie theaters right now.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to literally put a pin and pick that baton up right there, but I also want to tell you guys my Magic Johnson experience.
Oh my God.
Because there's a Magic Johnson in Harlem. It is my favorite movie theater in the world. It's where I saw Django Unchained. And that theater was fucking electric.
I bet.
And howling from the first minute. And then I saw that movie again, because I fucking loved it, in Union Square with a very white crowd. And they did not know how to react for 20 minutes.
Wait, I just...
Very much golf claps. I keep that shit. I
gotta put a pin in your pin. And
put a pin in my pin.
Put a pin in your pin and just remark on the fact that, are we talking about Magic Johnson, the basketball player, has movie theater chain?
Yes.
He does not anymore, but it's still the Magic Johnson Theater in my eyes, no matter what happens.
Why?
Oh, because it is still in Harlem, I think.
Did he have movie theaters?
He's a fucking celeb.
He also had TGI Fridays. So there's that as well.
He's an icon.
He was an entrepreneur.
No kidding.
A franchisee.
No kidding.
Okay, pin unpinned.
Pin unpinned. It was great to be at the movies. It was a fantastic experience. You have to see this film in a movie theater.
Yeah, I mean,
in a movie
it was probably the greatest way to come back to the movies.
And that's what I was getting at with Universal planning the pandemic is that this was the perfect movie to come back to the movies. It just had all of the things that you wanted to see on a big screen, because honestly, I don't think this would play as well on a small screen at all. If I had to watch this on
your
laptop,
phone, could you imagine?
Or in a home
Absolutely
theater,
not. Your laptop would burn a fucking hole through your uterus if you tried to watch an action-packed film this hot on your laptop.
You know what? Like every couple of years, all the classic auteurs are like, they don't make cinema anymore. They make theme park rides.
Yes.
This movie's a theme park ride.
Yes,
it's a theme park ride.
This is the first. And you know what? This movie is such a theme park ride. It is big and loud and stupid and relentless. It's fast and it's furious. It has lived up to its goddamn name.
Yep.
Just a quick overview synopsis. Guys, obviously spoilers ahead, but also like,
go see it.
You know,
go see it.
You had all of 4th of July weekend.
Dominic Toretto faces his greatest challenge yet. Family, familia.
Wow.
Dom is visited by his younger estranged brother, Jacob, played by none other than Jonathan Cena.
John Cena. It's John Cena.
We see old friends and people that we thought were gone forever. You got Helen Mirren. Han returns. Charlize Theron's in a cube. Mr. Nobody is in a plane. And together they're gonna drive fast and maybe, just maybe, save the day.
Yes. They save the world. Like every movie is a race against the clock from the bad guy putting together the puzzle piece before they could get their hands on it and stop it.
If you guys don't know the phrase MacGuffin, it's this idea in action movies where...
It's a MacGuffin.
Just go ahead, Garrick.
Like, what is it?
It is the one thing that you need to get to drive the plot along, essentially, or
it's just the thing you're going after.
It doesn't actually fucking matter.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah. But why is every movie about stopping a bad guy from controlling the universe's willpower? That's
because,
every big movie.
Marvel came out with so many superhero movies that they're just like, well, we're not gonna just let them save the world all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to start right there then, though. This is the first Fast movie that, to me, really, really felt like a Marvel movie.
Oh.
And what I mean by that is two things. One, this didn't feel like a movie. It felt like a chapter. It just, like it's an installment of the Fast franchise where a lot of them feel like complete stories. This one kind of, no one grew, no one changed.
Yes.
It just, and like, okay, sorry guys, I'm like kind of dunking on Marvel a little bit, but like, you know, you're just like, it's another installment in the lives of the Fast. But also...
TV show.
Yeah, it was exactly. This one felt like a TV episode.
Like a 2-hour TV episode.
2.5 hours.
2 hours.
TV
2.5
show.
hours. You better put some respect on that half.
You're right.
But then
It
here's the
felt
thing
like
that I loved, and what I mean by it felt like a Marvel movie. This felt like the Avengers, where there are so many characters now and so many styles to this franchise that every little adventure had a totally different tone.
So that was one of my pleasures for sure. Was like, even I knew every time Tyrese was on screen, I was going to be laughing, and I was looking
Ant-Man.
forward to him being on screen. And then
Tyrese, you calling Tyrese Ant-Man would probably make him want to.
Took me a minute
jump off a building.
make that connection, but I understood what you were going for.
But you've got the trip to London with Helen Mirren, which we'll talk about, which is like a spy caper, and the music changes. And then you have Tokyo with Han, and all of a sudden it's like a cool futuristic spy movie.
Yes. Can I say the one thing I was like intrigued by with this, neither guilt nor pleasure, was every movie when it's a global international spy thriller action thing, they throw the city up across the screen being like, now we're in Ibiza, now we're in Rome.
Yeah.
I have never heard of any of these fucking cities before that they used in this movie. And I was just like, Am I dumb? Do I not know?
This is the secret plot to teach Americans about the rest of the world. Because we don't
very
give a
smart.
fuck. We don't care
ignorant.
about anybody else.
I'm
y'all are.
ignorant.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know where you live. I appreciate where you live, but I just don't know where.
I couldn't even pronounce it. I was like, there was a T next to a B. How do you pronounce that?
I don't remember that in the movie.
You don't?
No, but I also was deep in an Etta Baby.
Yeah. You were deep in what?
Etta Blibba.
Edibles?
Yeah.
You can't say weed on YouTube?
Oh, you can.
Oh, okay.
That's just how I say it.
Oh, edible?
Edible.
All right, sure.
It was a thing that Miles said, and then I forget how he said it, and now it's kind of trend. Edible. There it is.
Edible.
Well, as a sober person seeing this on a Thursday morning at 10:45 a.m.
Well, you had nachos.
I did have nachos. You're right. I went a little crazy.
Nachos are
cute.
very intoxicating.
I felt fucked up in that theater somehow. It was 90% action, I feel like.
Yes. Relentless.
It was almost, and don't be mad at me, dare I say 30 minutes too long of action.
You take some respect off that 30 minutes.
I'm taking it off. I'm putting it down.
The movie is so much that I almost got numb at a certain point, which is not something that I ever thought that I would say. And I cannot believe I'm having a real conversation about Fast and Furious right now. But like,
this is your job. Congrats.
Yeah, I know. It definitely, like, there is so much that at a certain point you stop feeling. And I do wonder, and we'll this is probably where we'll end this conversation. Where do they go from here?
They can't.
Because maybe we need to talk about some of the crazy shit they do in this movie.
Let's go.
I just want to, before you go off, never got numb. Not a second. Not a single second.
Rick was rock hard the entire time.
Rock hard the entire time. Felt
blood
all
pumping.
Of my limbs. Yeah. I was just like, when is after the credits rolled, I was waiting for the after credit sequence because I was like, maybe there's another action scene. That would have been nice.
Well, there was kind of, but
there wasn't.
No.
I mean, a little bit.
Okay, start naming off the crazy shit.
Okay, well, I mean, you guys probably saw in the trailer the most insane thing that you could ever imagine, which is a car Tarzan swinging. Mm-hmm. That's the opening.
The car Tarzan. So the car grabs onto the rope and swings across a cliff.
That is the first set piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the first set piece after they drive over a minefield and calculate that if they go really, really fast, they can drive faster than
80 miles per hour,
explosions.
exactly, because it's numbers. And you're also forgetting that that's also after they drive across a bridge that is collapsing underneath it, but somehow they have enough like RPG to fucking vroom, vroom.
RPG?
I don't know what's RPG.
RPGs.
Role-playing game?
Role-playing game.
What's RPM?
This is kind of an RPG.
Revs per minute.
Okay, so I meant that one, obviously. So they zoom across a bridge collapsing.
Zoom.
Then they Tarzan swing across.
Holy shit, imagine if they had the little Zoom kid make a cameo in this. You guys remember that commercial?
Zoom.
He's on whispering zoom.
You hear that makes me go zoom, make my heart go boom, boom, my supernova girl.
Another Zoom classic.
Yeah.
Zoom is my favorite subgenre of music.
Okay. Another chaotic, insane moment. Can't believe this happened. Can I just say it?
Go all the way.
Can I just fucking say it?
Go all the way.
The biggest, craziest cameo of any movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
What?
Was Cardi B showing up.
Bartimaeus.
Not just Bartimaeus as herself,
popped up.
but showing up
very
as an
pregnant Cardi B.
Interpol spy, replacement, double agent, Interpol? What are you saying?
Interpol.
Why?
Interpol.
How did she?
Yeah. What am I
how did she
saying?
pop up?
Interpol.
It's not an Interpol.
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 I like Interpol more. I'm gonna go with
POL.
I think I'm
Pol.
saying Interpol.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to
You're
say
saying
Interpol.
Interpol.
That's
That's too many O's.
Kelsey, I know you always look at me and be like, wow, Zach's so perfect, especially his bod.
All the time. Every morning and every night.
There's really no such thing, though, as a perfect body that everyone can achieve. But what we can do is continually become a better version of ourselves. FitBod creates a fitness program that continually adapts to you, so you stay challenged with new exercises, pacing, and intensity based on where you are and where you want to be. I'm working on my fitness right now, and it's really great because you have workouts tailored to the equipment that I have and my specific goals. The app has clear, easy-to-follow instructions, and it balances muscle groups, which is great because I don't know what I'm doing on my own. I feel like this is my little buddy, and it helps me be fully recovered for the next workout. FitBod understands that the path to achieving your best look is different for everyone. So FitBod creates a program based on your unique body, experiences, and environment. Pick up the pace on your fitness journey with FitBod today, and your future self will thank you. Get 25% off your membership at fitbod.me/guilty. That's 25% off at fitbod.me/guilty. Cardi is electric in her one scene.
One line.
And will
my
make
God.
you scream because you expect more Cardi.
And then she's gone.
And then she's gone. But what they're kind of setting, so okay, there's a scene where Dom gets arrested by Interpol, and then Interpol, and then the mask comes off, and Cardi's like, "Yo, what's up, Dom? It's me, Cardi B."
Cardi B.
And
Cardi
then,
B, I'm hanging out.
Remember how you took me off the streets and now I'm an international fucking gangster? Or else I'd still be back at the docks selling fish or whatever she says.
Nothing screams the label asked if I could do a cameo in exchange for a song more than this scene.
Wait, she had a song in this?
I don't know. She might have it on the soundtrack, but
I will say I
she for
enjoyed.
sure will have it on the soundtrack.
I enjoyed the international genre of music that played throughout here. Like you go back to the first one, which we talked about a few episodes ago, versus now. I heard all sorts of music in this. I thought that was interesting.
They're very proud of that. They're very proud of like making global artists.
Global, yeah.
Like that one, whoever did the song at the end of Tokyo Drift where Vin Diesel pops up. Not that one. Not that one.
God damn it.
It's a Latin song.
I got so hyped.
But it's just like, it's, I don't understand what he's saying because he's speaking in Spanish and I'm from California. I should know Spanish. But it's great. That'll be on a on a playlist of mine because I love that scene so much and I love that song so much.
I want to go back to the crazy truck things, crazy car vroom vroom.
Yeah, I mean, we have a caravan the size of a train that flips onto its nose.
Yep. We have.
Why are they driving?
I don't know. We have a spaceship, not the one you're thinking of. We have a spaceship that's in Earth's atmosphere.
Right. That has a magnet.
That has a magnet that turns out to be a drone.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's something that made me lose my fucking mind repeatedly. Okay, remember in 6, the craziest show-stopping moment, Vin Diesel crashes his car into the center of a highway. He flies through the air, catches Letty. They change direction like he's fucking Superman and land on the hood of a car like it's a bed of pillows.
That happens 17 times in this movie.
That's how they move characters from A to B in this movie.
That's like how you walk in this film.
It is walking. Like
that's
the
how
first
they get around.
Which I need to point out, I think in some scenarios the ground would be softer.
Yes. Than a moving metal steel box. Most likely.
Everybody knows that if you're trying to cushion a fall, the best cushion is a V8 powered cushion. That's just what it is.
Same with the amount of buildings broken out of with bodies. Like there were many moments of bodies being slammed out of glass windows, many stories tall.
Like I said in the interview episode, anytime a woman needs a man through a window, I come just a little bit, just a little
Angel gets his
dribble.
wings. Yep.
Angels
Jesus,
gets
I thought we were never gonna have to talk about Garrick's coming in. Oh wait, this is total tangent. Have you guys ever masturbated in a car? I was having this conversation earlier.
Another moment that I
do need an answer from everyone before this podcast.
when the car's moving, or
yes, like when you've been driving
I
in
don't
a
know
car.
why I asked for a clarification.
When you've been driving, no. Who does that? Whoever has done that is a psychopath. Or as a man, I guess. As a woman, it's easy.
I mean, Kelsey, you have a Tesla, so like it's a little more acceptable.
It was before I got the Tesla, but
Jeez.
You've never come in a car like while driving?
I've thought about
You don't have napkins?
oh Jesus!
No,
I've thought
that's
about
too
the
much.
fantasy of roadhead because it's a thing.
You've never got roadhead?
No,
You've never got roadhead before?
I gotta go.
Zach,
it seems dangerous.
If you haven't, you've
Before-
only allowed to see Fast and Furious if you get roadhead.
I need to be on a closed course.
100%. Everybody that's seen Fast and Furious, that's the barrier of entry for watching Fast and Furious.
Closed course with many Try Guys videos.
We should have done a drunk driving,
Yes.
a stone driving, and a roadhead driving video.
This is the X-rated Try Guys channel. I apologize.
Yeah.
So we're not going to answer about coming in a car? Or
I'm going to say that I think I
Okay.
can firmly say that it will be something I don't do in my lifetime, and that's sad.
Well, bringing it full circle back to Fast 9, are you not surprised there isn't more sex and cars in this one? Like, I can't remember. I remember in the first one they fuck in a car, or on the car, but that's it.
That's a great point. No one had
Thank you.
No one. When's the
No
last time someone
roadhead?
fucked in this movie, in this franchise?
I mean, we got one kiss out of Vin Diesel and Letty.
So I think with ensemble action movies, they usually don't try to develop a love story like this.
Vin Diesel with the baby mama.
Right.
Vin Diesel with the baby mama, sure, but like we got action to do,
dead.
man. We can't have these conversations like that.
Yeah.
It's about the MacGuffin. We have to get the MacGuffins.
Yeah,
Like
and this
any,
MacGuffin
I don't
was
think
global.
there are no real like love scenes in like any of the Ocean's movies, if that makes sense.
Julia
Because
Roberts.
it's just so many. It's so many people.
I'm talking
that
about
you
the
have
whole
to
B
track.
plot.
Yeah, that's the whole like. That's a bad example.
Wait, what whole beat?
Julia Roberts.
No, I'm talking
He's
about
literally
like,
doing
actual,
a heist
like,
to win his
having-
ex-wife back.
I'm talking about having sex with people.
By the
and
way,
being like,
Ocean's
oh,
11
yeah, this is
fucking
just-
slaps. That movie's
I
so
watched Ocean's
goddamn
11
good.
so many fucking times.
That's like, do you realize how spoiled we were growing up? We were like,
Yes.
oh, this is just a
Yeah.
blockbuster.
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That is
What a
just.
letdown about Las
phenomenal.
Vegas, though. It was really.
I thought every movie was just supposed to be that good.
Yeah.
Steven Soderbergh ruined my goddamn life.
Can I say that I forgot about the cameo? I knew Cardi B was like the cameo of all cameos, but then like, yes, we have the Helen Mirren one,
So
which
good.
we knew about.
She's
She was in the
fucking
trailer.
awesome.
Yes, but
I know
then,
you want to move on to somewhere else, but Helen Mirren.
Oh, okay. No, we can take a pause for the dame.
Watching Helen Mirren drift, she is electric.
She says, "Will you
Yeah.
grab that stick shift for me, darling?"
And like also the whole scene, they're flirting, Helen and Vin. And
I love it.
you just talked about how we want to see characters fuck. I totally, if they had kissed, I would have been the guy
Take
running
down the
around with
guilt.
my shirt off back and forth.
Or if like he went to like give her a kiss on the cheek like a nice elderly woman and she like fully mouthed him. just like,
Do you see my leg going up? I can't even
Yeah.
contain that.
He's losing
That's
it.
what I need.
honestly,
I can see it.
we talked about this when we interviewed them. Like, no big deal. We just say that. I also really wanted to just stand up in the middle of the movie theater and be like, Vin Diesel called me familiar. I didn't. But so this isn't necessarily a cameo of a person, but this is a cameo of events of life for someone that is. We get to go back in Dom Toretto's past.
Hell
we get to
yeah.
see Dom Toretto and Jacob Toretto as brothers with their Faja, and we should have known every great franchise comes from daddy's issues, right? Like, of course, we get to see the history with streetcar racing, and I feel like, Garrick, you should take it away because you know what the fuck happened and all that, what that is. What is it that they're doing?
So the dad was like a semi-pro racer trying to get up to the big leagues and all of that stuff. And it's basically the same story as any type of fighter plot that you've ever heard, where they're just like, oh yeah, I'm in deep and all of this stuff, so I have to throw a fight or I have to throw a race with a hairline. He said like as a hairline cut or like fracture in the fuel line so that he would slow down. Just slow down. Let off. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why
You
did
didn't have to blow
sabotage
up.
your own car?
Right. It's just
so-
like you didn't have to sabotage your car at all.
So couched in this movie, you have, these series of flashbacks, which is essentially just a character drama of analyzing why Dominic Toretto is the way that he is. Of course, the question we've all been asking every time we watch one of these movies
is how did it start?
But you go back, you see how his father died. As Garrick said, it was this whole thing where his brother helped him throw a race, the car blew up, blah, blah, blah.
They blamed the brother, but it wasn't actually the brother.
What I loved about it, two things. One, I feel like Vin Diesel is just putting everything that he wants and can't do in Hollywood into this franchise, right? Like he wanted to make a whole superhero franchise with Bloodshot. Hollywood was like, no. He wants to make like very serious actory character dramas, which by the way, I guarantee you Vin demanded to play his younger self and they were like, no, you cannot do that, Vin. He's like, all right.
Kudos to that fucking actor though.
Oh, he pulled it off.
He was
the
good.
voice,
he was good.
Is that his real voice? I need to know if the actor who played
the actor's from New Zealand, so no.
I mean, if he's from New Zealand, yeah, absolutely not.
His voice deepness, though, was literally already here.
The real joy for me, though, because every time the franchise tries to go back to street racing, it kind of feels a little forced because you're like, you guys are superheroes now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But this allowed them to go back and like the race had stakes, and I loved it was like seeing an old friend again.
They raced in Echo Park.
I loved it.
You could hear them talk about LA, like the car scene. I mean, you saw like the girls hanging out by the car. Like it definitely injected that original feeling of like why everyone fell in love with it.
They're trying to lead the audience into being like, yo, we're about to start this shit back over again. We're about to do this reboot. We're about to go back to what it was, hopefully, with these scenes. Because, I mean, that's all I've been thinking about is
you miss it. You want it, right?
And then you cut to them on a jet plane in space being magnetized, vroom, vroom.
I mean,
what?
we just did the first Fast and Furious, which came out exactly 20 years before this one.
Wow.
It is a different thing.
20 years? Did I have the same reaction before?
Maybe.
20 years is a lot. Well, no fucking wonder we're in vroom vroom jet plane aerospace.
Like where? Yeah. What else do you do?
Truly, can I tell you what I think they're going to do next?
Okay.
Time travel.
Wow.
They're going to drive so fast, like Doc, whatever his name is, Doc Martin or Doc, whatever his name is.
Jackass.
You guys know I'm so fucking bad at names. That they're going to drive so fast that they're going to go back in time next.
I mean, of course, there were rumors that Universal wants to do a Jurassic Park crossover.
I would watch it.
That would be incredible. Recently, Vin Diesel came out and said he wants to do, did you see this?
No.
A Fast and Furious musical. Which I assume for Broadway, I would love
only
nothing
if he's
more.
Singing in it.
Yep.
And Luda has a piece.
100%.
Oh my God, Luda gets to rap.
He comes in and he raps a little bit.
Fuck you, Hamilton. Move on over. There's a new rapper on Broadway.
Done if that comes out.
Suck a D, Lin-Manuel. We got Ludacris coming to Broadway.
Holy shit.
Big fan, Lin-Man.
No, yeah, same. Imagine the cars dancing across the stage, but they can't be on real wheels, so they have to be like pushed across.
So I was thinking about this today because something that I think is genuinely starting to get in this way the success of these movies is that everyone is invincible, right? Like no one can die. So what if they just decided to make a slasher Fast and Furious and then they just start over the next one? Like just let characters die and then hit hard reboot every time. Just let it be pure fantasy and genre hop. Do a Jurassic Park. Do a fucking Wizard.
Ice Age.
So this next one, I've heard that like the next one is a two-parter, right?
Ooh, like Harry Potter, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I think it's just going to be dramatic.
I think
the part one is going to be dramatic, and in
part one
two
will be like Deathly Hallows, very serious, very quiet. They're going to be hanging out in the forest.
Very green.
Right, exactly. And part two is just going to be like, thank you so much for watching for this.
Yes. To your point, Zach, of like, they are more self-aware on this one. Like they know 100%. How big they are. I really enjoyed the running joke of Tyrese calling themselves out of being like, you guys don't think it's crazy that like we've been doing this for 20 years and I don't even have a scratch to prove it. We jump out of planes. We jump out of cars. We flip shit. You're telling me I don't have a scratch? I, for a second, thought that they were going to play into that and be like, oh, yeah, we all have like different blood. Like we have steel in our veins and then go into like a superhero-y thing. But they didn't. They like made fun of them. They were like, you're not a superhero. We're making fun of Fast and Furious. You're not superheroes. You guys are just absolutely batshit fucking crazy. And Lucky was like the answer.
So as long as they know, run with it. I don't care. Like, I don't care what you do, as long as you're pointing out to the audience that you know that we're
It's
writing
ridiculous.
up to
Yeah.
it being ridiculous and disobeying the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, they implement that too. Luda is like the brainiac, like wizard science guy, and he's constantly bringing up numbers to make you think that this is
The
actually
audacity.
possible.
The audacity of Ludacris trying to use physics to justify the things they do in this film was unbelievable. It was crazy. And it needs to be said once again, Ludacris and Tyrese as a
Are the
dynamic
best.
duo in this movie.
Yeah.
The greatest
Yeah.
comedy duo since Abbott and Costello. They really knock it out of the
I was
park.
going to say Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say
they're up
Abbott
there with the
Kinney.
greats. This is a very
This is
small
very
detail,
deep
but
cut.
something that cracked me the fuck up. So, Fast and Furious began with all of these scenes of gratuitous women's bodies, right? Like every time you would introduce a new scene, you
Hot
got
girl,
asses
hot
shaking,
guy.
people in bikinis, and there's this question of
chains.
how do you honor that tradition in the post-Me Too era
Yes.
in a Fast and Furious franchise?
And-
and the answer is they just hired 800 women
Yes.
to dance in beautiful dresses, fully clothed.
Yes.
So they have this
Yeah.
one scene where they go to the mansion where John Cena's hanging out.
Yep.
And it's more women than you've ever seen,
In your
but
life.
all very tastefully dressed.
like gowns, ball
Yeah.
gowns, but they're
I
like
feel like-
slutting up.
But then there's just so many of them.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a scene that was shot after it was all over. And
Really?
people were just like, after they finished, and then they watched a cut of it, and they're
We
like,
need some
"Man,
babes.
We need more
Somebody,
tits.
yeah, it was just fucking sausage fest, dog. We need some babes in
Honestly,
there or whatever.
But respectfully.
But in
But
gowns.
yeah, but respectfully,
you
because
can't
somebody
call
called him
them
out.
hoes.
Somebody was just like, "Yo, we can't say sausage fest like that. That's kind of weird, man.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?" Well, what if they were all fully clothed and all white, like they're just doing
Jules.
their own thing?
We got sparklies on. Are you itching for the outdoors? It's grilling season, baby.
Ooh, grill that
That's
meat.
why you want to be outdoors. Luckily, today's sponsor, Butcher Box, believe everyone deserves high quality
Humanely sourced meat. It couldn't be easier. You just sign up, select your box, they ship it to your door every month, and
new members will get
free bacon for life.
when they
Sign up.
Every month, ButcherBox ships a curated selection of high-quality meat right to your home, free of antibiotics and added hormones. You can customize your box or go with one of theirs.
All meat is free of antibiotics and added hormones.
Options like 100% grass-fed and finished beef, free-range organic chicken,
Yum.
heritage pork, wild-caught Alaskan salmon,
Yummy.
and sugar nitrate-free bacon.
Backed by popular demand, receive bacon for life. Right now, new members can get bacon for life when they sign up. Just go to butcherbox.com/guilty. That's a package of free bacon in every box for the life of your subscription when you go to butcherbox.com/guilty.
I will say, speaking of pussy power in this movie,
Pussy
we
power.
get Jordana Brewster,
Kicking ass.
who you forget that she's Dom's sister. Because when she popped in, I was like, why the fuck is she here? And she's like, Jacob's my brother too. I was like, oh yeah, you guys are familiar. I forgot you guys are
Yeah.
related.
But once again, they use her character as a surrogate for the love that Dom cannot accept. Her role in this movie is she's the one that
leads him
loves John
Yeah,
Cena.
who
And like,
actually loves the brother.
again, this is structured like a love story,
Yeah.
a forbidden love between Vin Diesel and
Brother,
John Cena.
yeah.
And Jordana Brewster is the one that helps them
Yeah.
bridge that. And I'm not going to say fuck because they're brothers, but
Yeah,
basically
but
they fuck
basically
at the end.
Yeah.
he does the thing that Brian did to him, which is he gives him a second chance. He gives him another 10-second car to get away,
which
which
is
like
really
spoiler
nice.
alert. That's like the big
beautiful.
ending. But I was going to say a character I did enjoy being introduced to was this Ellie character who's like Han's protege? Question mark?
Oh,
Did you
the
guys
little
forget
girl
about her?
you
She's
saved.
that
Kinda.
significant? When they're in
Yeah,
Tokyo
Yeah, I
and she
remember
like
her.
already knows she's the key to the bubble.
Okay, so explain this.
They're
Okay.
100%. They're setting up a spinoff for
Yes,
those. Like
for
she
all
had
the
no
women.
reason for her to be
He did
in
nothing.
the movie
Yes.
at all.
Okay, but
And,
talking about
other
people who we
than-
didn't need, Han, what did he bring us back?
Tell us about the key bubble.
Okay, the key bubble is these two halves of these green bubbles create the most powerful weapon on earth thing. But it's only ignited if you have the key, and everyone's looking for a thing that's a key, but no one thought that the key is actually a person, which ends up being this protege of Hans, whose parents were the scientists who created the two bubble halves.
The MacGuffin.
That's it's an insane fucking, the blood of her DNA. It's not even the blood. She just touches it and it turns on. And you're like, well, that's really advanced. But we didn't need her. We didn't need Han back. I'm sorry. He didn't contribute.
I hate to agree.
We didn't need,
Watch
give me
yourself.
a second.
You better choose your next words wisely, girl.
We didn't need Charlize.
Okay, hard agree.
And we also didn't
Charlize was totally wasted.
And we didn't need spoiled rich guy, because truly, who was that guy?
What was his point?
I
didn't even know why he was doing all of this.
Just have Cypher be his place and like have her come back again, because clearly they had one day to shoot with Charlize, and they were like, put her in a glass bubble. Let's see, it was Vin and John Cena with like a bunch of army bros. I thought the Tokyo Drift cameos were nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was fine.
It was electric.
It was
his
great,
hairline's
but I
a little
also
questionable these days.
felt bad looking at how poorly they aged, and
that's exactly what I'm talking about. He was supposed to be the next fucking Brian.
He was going to be the next Brian.
Okay, here's the thing: is that they're normal human men,
Yeah.
and everyone else is movie stars, and
Yeah.
all movie stars have plastic surgery.
Bow Wow is not a normal human man. He didn't look so good.
Mostly normal human man. Here's what I loved about that is that I thought that they stole the movie. I thought they were so funny.
Yeah, they were funny.
I thought they were great.
They're funny.
Pointless.
And what I really loved,
he wasn't funny. He was never funny in Tokyo Drift.
And why
He was
are
the
Tokyo
lead.
Drift guys all of a sudden rocket scientists?
that's amazing.
No, it doesn't fit with the plot of Tokyo Drift.
No, guys, here's
We're
what I love
poking a few guilds. We're poking a few guilds.
Here's what made me so happy is that I feel like Tokyo Drift has won the race of time. When that movie came out, it was fucking ridiculed. The title Tokyo Drift, people would just drop they would drop Tokyo Drift as a joke title onto other things. It was roasted.
Yeah.
And now, when I hear people talking about the Fast and Furious franchise, they talk about Tokyo Drift as possibly being the best in the franchise.
The best
What?
one.
That's crazy.
Really?
Time has treated it so well. And so when I saw these motherfuckers who are not movie stars get to come back to the franchise, and my whole theater erupted with applause.
Good for them.
They were killing it. I
as
loved
people,
it. Oh, you know,
not as characters.
Not
Good
as
for them
characters.
As people. I was
Because their
excited
character, it didn't track.
Yeah.
Like that. They wouldn't become rocket scientists. Why are they not in Tokyo?
No.
There's
Why are they
so
in
many other
Germany? Fucking, it was the place I couldn't pronounce. It was very confusing.
Well, what they do allow us to do is they allow Tyrese and Ludacris to go to space.
That's
now,
true.
if you guys have not heard the phrase "jumping the shark," do you know historically what it is, Kelsey?
No.
So So Happy Days was the biggest show on TV.
Okay.
And so they did a 2-part special, I believe, where Fonzie rode a jet ski over a shark. He literally jumped a shark.
Oh.
And it was the moment where everyone knew this show's fucking over. We got nothing left to do. And so forevermore, the phrase jumping the shark was applied to things of there is
embarrassing.
nowhere left to go. You jumped the shark.
Oh, so we jumped the shark.
And I think
with
that
space,
going to
100%.
space is even more so, but in a way that I'm kind of super down for.
Listen, they went to space in a very janky way. We have a lot of room to grow. We have planets to conquer now. If they got their hands on some Elon Musk sleek shit like they have on Earth, we could have a party.
Elon Musk is going to cameo in one of these movies, and I'm going to
100%.
lose my fucking mind. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think that going to space is jumping the shark.
I don't know that I do.
In this
Serious.
franchise, it's not.
There's so many different set pieces that they can do.
Yeah.
They're they dragged a bank. I think dragging a bank vault
Oh, that was pretty cool.
through a
was
city
cool. That was original.
way cooler than going to space.
Yeah. Well, in this, that's what I was gonna say is they didn't try to make it like a big thing. They didn't actually try to go to the moon. They just went a little bit out of Earth's orbit, and then they were supposed to destroy a satellite, but gosh, silly Ludacris forgot to crunch the numbers the right way. This was literally his line. Oh no, the takeoff must have frozen the wires. Gosh, why didn't I think of that? And I was like, is that it? Is he for real? Is that a joke? Yeah. He got you to you got to space in a car and you forgot about the wires freezing upon takeoff? Are you serious?
I
The only thing.
just gotta say, Ludacris's character is an icon for anybody from Florida trying to get out of Florida. You can just be a fucking rocket scientist at the end of the day, because he's too Fast and Furious. He was setting up races.
It is so touching how this movie takes everyone who was in illegal street racing, like, you're gonna go on to do great things someday. But wait, can we talk about
do anything?
Can we talk about the moment where they first go to space?
Yes.
It's this huge blast off, and then you're fixed on Ludacris's face.
Tyrese's helmet.
Is it Tyrese's helmet? And then you just slowly see the reflection of the blue marble. It's a beautiful shot.
It's beautiful.
The girl next to me and
beautiful.
I just looked at each other and we were like, we thought it was the best moment of the movie.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, it is the best moment of the movie.
It's
magic.
It is 100% the best moment of the movie.
Because they were like, you fucking thought it was going here, and it is.
Yeah. It's the moment where Justin Lin was like, I actually am a director.
Yeah.
I know I'm making theme parks. I know I'm making action set pieces after action set pieces.
This is fucking art.
I am also a good director. I know how to pop the bubble at the right moment.
My favorite part of this bubble pop was you think like, oh wow, the trouble was getting to space and they made it. Now everything's gonna go great, right? No, they have the trouble getting to space. They get there, they're right about to destroy the satellite, and they have the frozen wires or whatever, and they are like, what are our choices? And they say, well, if we run into this satellite, we're dead. Otherwise, like, the jet fuel or whatever is all we have left to get back to space. And Tyrese says, fuck it, if we're gonna go out, let's go out on top of the world.
Hell yeah.
And
I got chills.
He goes, Luda, you're the numbers guy, but I'm the driving guy. And he fucking floors it and crashes into the satellite, which in that moment I was like, no, they sacrificed themselves, because they literally just said, if we run into this satellite, we're gonna die. But then they do, and it's just like driving through a cloud apparently, and then they get picked up by an international space station and they're fine.
Yeah,
love it.
No fire in space.
No fire.
No oxygen.
Did a little part of you though, like, aren't you a little crushed that you didn't get the shot of them literally driving up a rocket or bouncing on the moon? Like, I feel like if you're going to go to space, I want to see the little moon bounce shot.
Aliens. Next.
Maybe we'll get there.
I think next movie we'll get aliens.
There's also one moment. So there's a anonymous bad guy number 3 who's just this big bulky guy.
Oh.
They're standing on top of a car and his head crashes through one of those metal billboard signs.
Yeah.
He barely flinches.
No.
These
people are made out of.
Okay. Francis Ngannou is a UFC fighter. He is the UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
That guy we just talked about?
That guy?
No.
Oh.
He's the guy that got the magnet stuck to him and thrown out through the bomb stuck to him.
Oh, that Han.
Oh, yeah.
And then thrown
that
out
Han
through
killed.
with a parachute. Yeah, and then he blows
That
up.
was a cameo.
That was a cameo, sure, but I think that he would have been great in that role of like beefy normal guy, because it's like, this is who we know to have the Guinness Book of World Records for the hardest punch in the world.
What have we missed? What favorite parts that we haven't talked about, or some things that didn't work?
Oh, we got to talk about the ending scene that I didn't understand, when everyone comes together for a cookout.
No. Kelsey texts us and was like, who? Okay, so the end of the movie.
You can't just say it like I'm a fucking idiot. You got to explain why I didn't get it.
Garrick, end of the movie, hit me.
Okay, end of the movie happens. They're going to their Coronas and like
Barbecue
usual in the back
house.
of the East LA house. And they have one seat open, and it's
Wait,
just
real
like,
quick,
well,
time
we're
out.
waiting for
Also, there is a scene where you could tell originally they made a big deal about giving someone a Corona, and they did not do a close up,
they
because
did
we
not.
post coronavirus. They are not having that anymore.
Well, no,
No.
Rick, you said it was because it was sponsored by Bud Light, right?
No, it used to be, and this was supposed to be
It used to
Corona's
be.
return. That was going to be like a
Wait,
big
I didn't
scene.
see one. They purposely hid every Corona label.
They drink one Corona in this movie, and I guarantee you that was like the whole crux of that
Yeah.
scene, and they edited it
Wow.
around it. So sorry,
Okay,
Garrick.
Sorry, carry on.
I think that they did it tastefully, because if you zoomed in on the
Yeah,
Corona
no, you'd be
label,
so
it would have
pissed.
just been way too corny.
Like the
I'd have
jewelry
been like,
store.
all right, this is an
You're
ad
like,
at some
fuck
point.
you. Yeah.
Guys, it's crazy because we have a podcast that's way bigger and more popular than ours, buying an ad on our podcast. That's right, Armchair Expert, co-hosted by Dak Shepard and Monica Badman. Guys, if you haven't listened to Armchair Expert, it's awesome. It's one of the best podcasts out there. It's a podcast that explores the messiness of being human. They have incredible guests, and now you can listen to them only on Spotify.
To start listening, simply download the Spotify app, sign up for free, and search for Armchair Expert. Listen to Armchair Expert for free, now only on Spotify.
But there's one seat left. And then Toretto is just like, okay, well, you know who it's for, essentially. And then we see a blue skyline pull up into the driveway.
Homegirl says he's on his way.
He's on his way. Yeah.
And then it like
Jordana
cuts out to the
Brewster.
street and a blue car.
The blue skyline is important because that's Brian's car.
Okay.
The R34 is
and
Brian's
I said,
car, 100%.
who were they talking about that the seat was for? Because who was in the blue car? And they were like, what? You don't know? You don't know? And they were like, it's for Brian. I'm like, what do you mean Brian's dead? And
He's
they were
not
like,
dead.
not in the movies.
He lives forever.
Yeah.
But I thought they did that whole, it's been a long day, where he drives away.
Yeah, he drove away to
Because he's
Family
like
Town.
quitting the team,
Oh
essentially.
my God.
to
Is
raise his
that
kids.
why? Is that
Yeah.
why when Jordana Brewster shows up and they go, where are the kids? And they say, with Brian.
Yeah.
And I literally
Yeah.
thought she
They were
meant
dead?
they killed the kids.
Oh, God.
She meant the kids were in heaven.
No.
So dark.
No,
That's why I was confused.
That would
The
also
baby
that would be
came
fucked
back.
up if he died in real life and then they kill him off in the movie. Like just have him, on an island somewhere.
Okay, but they make such a point to literally say, with Brian. And she says it in this like raspy, wishful voice that I was like, oh, damn. They killed the kids or the kids died.
Why
And
would they kill the
Jordana
kids?
Brewster's a widower. So in the movie, though, Brian's still alive.
Yeah,
and,
he's just on babysitting
Yes.
duty.
He's a babysitter. He's
and
a
she
babysitter
never
with
gives
a
an
gun.
excuse why he's not there.
He's babysitting. We also get a post-credit scene setting up the next film. It's not going to be Hobbs and Shaw. It's going to be Han
Hans
and
and
Shaw.
Shaw.
Han and Shaw.
You got
Yeah.
Han making his return and getting face-to-face with our good boy, Jason Statham. And I'm excited for that because I think it means officially The Rock is out of this franchise.
Why?
He's out because
done.
they all hate each other.
what?
So I'm going to fast forward to fun facts and then
You're
we'll
gonna
come back.
Fast
There-
and Furious forward.
hey now.
You're a rock star.
Nice.
Get the game on.
Love that.
Go play. Okay, sorry, go on.
Ooh.
We know that there's a feud between Vin Diesel and The Rock. That's kind of well established. But in looking up fun facts for this movie, I found out that
Oh, no.
Tyrese refused
Yeah.
to join on to this movie if The Rock were still part of it.
Oh.
He said, pick. There can only be one bald heartthrob.
You're
Okay.
Well,
kidding.
two
Wait.
bald heart. No,
He
three
said
bald
he also
heartthrobs.
he said pick and they said The Rock and he was like, come on, man. I'm telling you.
It makes total sense to me. The Rock is the most efficient man in the world. He has
Yes.
no time for tomfoolery, and the Fast and
Yes.
Furious is art, and they're gonna take the time to get it right. And they may butt heads
Sure.
on that.
Yeah, it seems
True.
like there can only be one big kahuna with him, and he wants to be the only one.
The big cahoon.
I bet he has a hard time sharing the spotlighty time just because he's so tall. Also, anyways, I want to fuck the guy that played Vin Diesel's younger self.
If you're out there
And you're looking to hit your rock bottom, come and holler at me.
that would be. Would you make him do the Vin voice, even though he has a New Zealand accent?
I'm
Kiwi
convinced
accent?
that's actually his voice. So I'm going to keep it in my head that that's his voice. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Imagine what that voice could do to your body if you put it up against your skin real nice.
We're familiar. I don't got friends. I got fuck buddies. You know, this is the first movie since Too Fast, Too Furious to not be written by the same guy. Chris Morgan wrote this entire franchise until this one. And you know what? I think that his touch was missed.
missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should at him.
Way to go, Chris.
Yeah,
You're
hey,
a real
Chris.
homie.
Yeah.
There's so much that we didn't cover in this movie. I mean,
I
there's
know.
a scene where Vin hulks out and pulls chains down and crashes an
yeah.
entire
Collapses
Like
silo.
the Tower of Jericho.
There's I mean, so many.
You can't cover it all.
No, I
you
mean,
have to go see.
yeah.
Even
All
though
of-
we've said everything, you're still going to be like, "Oh my god!"
There's so much movie in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But what I'm curious for you guys, where does this rank in
Okay, in
the
this
Fast? Yeah, because we got 9, technically 10 of these movies now if you include Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm going to tell you something.
No, nobody includes Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay,
It's
all
not
right.
fair.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
And you guys are not going to like it.
Oh my God.
Probably don't need to see this one again.
Ooh, I
Agree?
might agree.
I don't need to see it again. I'm glad I did.
But you have to see it is the thing.
You
have to see it.
You
have to see it. The theme park ride is essentially what it is. You can go on a ride once and be like, that was nice.
That was thrilling.
And then never need to go on it
my
again.
My neck hurts.
But like, go with your
Yeah, my neck
friends.
hurts.
Make it a party. Treat this like your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Pick your team.
Yeah.
Cheer. I want you to. I mean, here's the real tragedy to me is that we saw this in a theater that had COVID restrictions. So we had like. It was all spaced out. It was probably at like maybe a third capacity, and I was missing that.
Oh no,
real
I saw
energy.
it at a block party apparently inside, and it was amazing.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
It was great, but
get fucking lit, get crazy,
Get litty,
do all
fam.
the
have a
things.
Corona, pull up
Or
a
some
Corona.
nachos, whatever your
Listen, I'm
device
paying
is.
for it. This is all I'm gonna say. My
Gonna
non-dairy
go
self.
go blast the new Try Guys
Ooh,
bathroom.
I'm gonna go blast it like that outer space vehicle, that Pontiac. What's it called, Rick?
Fiero.
Thank you. My ass is a Fiero.
Hey now, I think it's better than 8.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's maybe
I
the
did
6th
not like
best.
8 at all.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow.
6 best.
I think so.
I would say
That's fair.
What are we doing? We're doing okay. So
Fast
5 Fast 5 is 1.
Yep.
Fast 5, I think, is them being like, oh no, we can make a movie
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
Here's the movie.
Yeah.
Here's what we do, and
Here's us
that it's
being
also way
Avengers.
before they cross over to being secret agents and all that stuff. It's just like, no, we're still criminals, and that
We're
was
still
when it was fun.
criminals. That's right. They are still criminals in all of this, though.
In no order. You got Fast 5, you got Tokyo Drift,
5.
the original.
Tokyo Drift.
You got 7, which made me cry, and I think 6 is more thrilling with the tank scene, with all that. So I think
Yeah.
this is right
The
after that.
only thing that I can talk
Yeah.
this confidently about like that is Harry Potter movies. I can't keep up with this one. It's too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was 9 was like 6th or 7th.
Damn.
But
but
it was
still a
just
great time.
The best
so
time I've had all
fun.
week.
The fact that they're still providing thrills this
Yes.
deep into the franchise.
They don't
Love that.
lie. They don't lie.
Yeah.
I need to end this episode with the largest guilt
Oh.
of all. I got the biggest guilt of all.
Oh.
And frankly, it has
Huh?
nothing to do with the film,
Oh.
but rather with you people out there.
Oh.
That's right, I'm talking to you, Gen Z.
Oh.
You hip motherfuckers.
What's happening? I'm not a part of this.
I get tagged on TikTok all the time. It's thrilling at Corn
Best
Diddy.
place to be.
Shoot me a follow. Anytime people post anything about my many loves, which is Fast and Furious,
Uh-huh.
cats, and people wearing things that make them look like vaginas, I get tagged.
Okay.
There has been a slew of people dunking on the Fast and Furious franchise on TikTok.
Oh.
Apparently it's all the rage to talk about, oh, look how funny it is. They've made so many of these. Oh, look how funny
Really?
it is. All the titles are different. Yeah, we know, motherfuckers. We've been knowing that it's funny. That's why we like it. It's fucking ridiculous. You're going to come into my goddamn house and tell me
Yeah.
that my guilty pleasure should make me feel guilty? Go
Yeah.
do a dance.
Go dance, you little bitches. go
think-
steal a dance from a young black girl
Yep.
and just do it on
Yep.
Fallon, you fucking idiots.
Yep.
Thank you to all of
Yeah.
our Gen Z fans. We
Yeah,
love
I
you.
was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a part of this. I'm on
Kelsey
TikTok
wants to
4
be
hours
Gen
a
Z.
day.
So that's all I gotta say. Yeah, obviously the franchise is fucking ridiculous, but I hope you guys can see it for what it was, which is the most improbable success of our lifetimes. I think it's hard to see it now, but it's gone through quite a journey, and man, what a furious trip it's been. Bowie, get back
Nice.
over here.
The dogs lasted this entire podcast.
Yeah, I think they're ready for
That's
this
beautiful.
podcast.
I
to be
feel
over.
like they did really
the
good.
leashes are tangling.
Oh no,
It's-
Barry's thing is on backwards anyways. It's a mess.
They're sniffing butts. They're about to
Dicks.
start play pouncing.
Yep,
it's
it's-
about to be a party.
Yep.
It's a guilty pleasure.
It's a guilty pleasure.
It's the name of the show.
Guilty pleasure.
It's a
guilty pleasure.
collective guilty pleasure.
Truly a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. That's obvious.
Guys, let us know what you want us to watch next. We're going to have to get a whole new slate of guests this summer. So if you got anybody you want us to reach out to, holla at us.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
I'm at Corn Diddy and all things.
I'm Garrick Bernard on all of the things.
Yeah, you are. are.
And we are
Familia.
Wow.